Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, madam and friends. I'm Najahizah Zarifa binti Nordin, and today I'm taking you on a hiking sting to a waterfall after a long and weary break due to the COVID-19 saga. Now, I would like to ask you to close your eyes and let's start hiking. Imagine by looking around and see how filthy the areas surrounding the waterfall we used to frequent during our childhood days. The place was free of garbage then, but now you can witness how reckless and irresponsible people who visit the place with garbage strewn all over. Even the water is not spared. Well guys, open your eyes and let's compare our experience with the present situation. After the clampdown on visit tours and excursion that was taken down, many people take the opportunities to do some recreational activities like jogging, hiking, swimming, and many more. We can witness how the effect of the pandemic has transformed most of us into being more disciplined and responsible citizens. We adhere the SOP on safety and cleanliness without fail. The quality of water has improved and marine life can be seen moving about again. Well, you may wonder why I'm heading to, and let me tell you that our fight on combating water pollution is far from over. The water quality still needs to be improved. Ways must be found to eradicate the bad practice of polluting the environment and bring back clean lakes, rivers, and seas. The relevant authorities have installed surveillance cameras at many strategic locations, but the effectiveness of such camera is much to be desired. These cameras at present can only focus objects near or far or close to them, and they cannot give alarm warning to trigger any encouragement. People with bad attention can vandalize it at any given time. These cameras need human involvement to operate them, and it's not easy for human eyes to detect any wrongdoing at all the same time. And for further clarification and elaboration, I now hand over my audience to my friend to further enlighten us on the matter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Lailatul Nadirah binti Muhammad Fuad. My matrix number is 265215. So now I will talk about the recommendation solution regarding to the issue that has been mentioned in the problem statement, which is environmental issue. So as we all know, nowadays we are facing so many type of pollution. These include water pollution and also air pollution. However, when the existence of the pandemic COVID-19, we can see that our Mother Earth are recovered from these pollutions. I think this is because when the government implement the MCO, which is the movement of control orders, where people cannot easily do outdoor activities. So, in order to maintain these situations, we decide to introduce one product, which is artificial intelligence thermal camera, to overcome these situations. So what is artificial intelligence thermal camera? Basically, this artificial intelligence thermal camera is a smart camera where it can capture and create an image of an object by using the infrared radiations through one process that also called as thermal imaging. So that with this artificial intelligence thermal camera, it helps to identify the causes of any problem happen, especially on the environmental issue. So here's I put some pictures that related to the artificial intelligence thermal camera in order to help you to imagine maybe how does it work. So now move to the next part, which is I will talk about the benefit of the artificial intelligence thermal camera. So basically, with this artificial intelligence thermal camera, it has a lot of benefits, and among the benefit is it actually can detect any person, object, or any incident happen. It's not only can detect, but it actually can record the whole things or whole activity that happen in the area where this camera are applied. Not only that, it also will clearly show any activities in the dark areas. And the last benefit that can I give is it can be placed everywhere, since it has a complex shape. Okay, so I think that's all from my side about the recommendation solution. I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Good morning and hello everybody. Myself Sebastiana Morgan, matrix number 278207. Now I'm going to elaborate and explain about our group concept. Our group concept is to install thermal camera to overcome water pollution during this pandemic COVID-19. By installing thermal camera, we can reduce the water pollution that occurs during this pandemic, which help to maintain our Mother Earth recovers from pollution. As a concerned human being of Mother Earth, every one of us must know how this thermal camera work to detect people who throw rubbish and garbage into rivers and drainages. Okay, you guys can refer to the slide. There are totally 7 processes, but in the slide it can be said 7 processes because process 6 and 7 come together because they rely on each and other. Okay, the process starts from thermal camera, then it goes to network switch. The third process is VMS system, which known as vessel monitoring system. The fourth process is PTZ network camera. The fifth process is security company, and the last process is SMS, MMS and email through gadget. Okay, now I'm elaborate this process one by one. The first process, to install thermal camera. This thermal network camera help to detect people, object and incidents for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and everywhere for pitch dark areas to rivers and drainages. This camera used in wide range of security application which can detect people or object from far away. The second process is network switch. Network switch is programmed with sound system which help to identify what object or garbage thrown by people into the rivers and drainages. Network switch also help to provide information which detect by the thermal camera to VMS system. VMS system is the third process. VMS, vessel monitoring system, in the short form VMS system. VMS system gathered the information sent by network switch to identify what people thrown into the rivers, and then the information about what object they thrown into the rivers and drainages. The fourth process is PTZ network camera. PTZ network camera can be defined as a main system camera. PTZ network camera is a camera with pan, tilt and zoom functionally, so the image can be seen clearly. The movement of PTZ camera can be monitoring or controlled by using monitoring system or a joystick, or automatically set up using camera management system. PTZ network camera get notified by VMS system about the information gathered to the head of the camera operation, which known as the authorities. The fifth process is security company. Security company in this concept refers to the authorities such as governments. This security company gets notification from PTZ network camera about the incident happened. Therefore, they will identify who is threw the garbage into rivers and drainage, and they will collect the information about them via online. The last process is that SMS, MMS, email and gadget. These two processes consider as a one process because, as I say, they both are rely on each other. Security company will update the information about the blackhead who threw the garbage into the rivers and drainages via SMS, MMS or through email to that particular person. Hence, after verification of that blackhead, the information automatically will update in their system, so there is no action repeated of the same action from the same person. This is our process of installing thermal camera to reduce water pollution that occurs during this pandemic COVID-19. There is a reason behind why we choose AI thermal camera. So, the difference between AI thermal camera and infrared camera will explain by my friend. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Aisha binti Latasa and my metric number is 268064. According to our group project, I will explain about the analysis of the concept. For your information, there are two types of security camera which can help us to identify the people who make water pollution, especially throw garbage to the rivers and drainage. The first type of security camera is artificial intelligence AI thermal camera. The characteristic of this camera is IR system used by this camera are mid or long wavelength. Okay, long wavelength are preferred for outdoor operation since they are less affected by radiation from the sun and not affected by oncoming headlight, smoke, haze and dust. So this camera can operate 24 hours wherever we put this camera. Next, thermal images are passive and only sense difference in heat. These heat signatures, usually black for cold and white for hot, are then displayed on a monitor, so we can differentiate either this misconduct happened during the day or night. After that, automatically trigger an alert. Okay, when a person enters a predefined area within the camera's field of view, this camera will detect even in darkest place, so we will be more alert to pay attention to see what someone do when they are in this area. Next, supply video to the operator. Okay, this camera will supply a video throughout its operation and this video is automatically saved. So, the operator will not lose evidence if someone make a misconduct related to the water pollution and this video can be played whenever we want. Next, verify visually. This camera firstly will verify visually what is going on when someone enters a predefined area. After confirming that person doing something misconduct, so we can take relevant action on him. The last criteria for this camera is focal length of the camera is 60 mm. The object will be recognized 6 pixels across the object and the image display is clear, so easy for us to identify the face of individuals who are doing misconduct to water pollution. Next, the second type of the security camera is infrared camera. For this camera, the characteristic is IR system use short wavelength. Okay, this system is distinct in that the radiation of interest is nearer to the visible spectrum and capturing what our eyes cannot see with the use of specialized camera equipment that can see and record light that is beyond the visible spectrum. Next, reflected to a camera. Infrared energy is reflected to a camera, typically circular artifacts on an image.
due to the camera's flash being reflected from unfocused motes of dust, water droplets or other particles in the air or water. After that, this camera not programmed to alert. This camera cannot detect when someone enters the predefined area, and this can make us not knowing someone doing misconduct against water pollution in the area around the camera. The last one is focal length of this camera is 100 mm. The object will be recognizable 10 pixels across the object, and the image displayed is more clear than AI thermal camera, so easy to identify individuals who doing misconduct to water pollution. So here we can see that the concept of AI thermal camera is better than infrared camera.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum to my fellow friend and lecturer. My name is Nuri Sabrina binti Muhammad Lofi. My metric number 265204. So I will continue my part, which is I will explain about the advantage of the concept. So regarding to our discussion, our group chose the artificial intelligence thermal camera as our initiative to maintain this recovery process. So the first advantage of thermal camera is this thermal camera can detect someone more sharpened than other camera. So basically our eyes are the first line defense against dangerous, but unfortunately our eyes are not the best detection at night or in bad weather. So using this thermal camera are able to detect people, human activity or their movement. Okay, by using this thermal camera, it will ease the work of superiors, the authorities, the government to detect anyone who pollutes the environment. Not only that, this thermal camera also can detect object, which is object that floating in surface of the water. In addition, by using this thermal camera, can monitor people activity without alerting them that they are being watched. Okay, next, the artificial intelligence thermal camera very ideal for oil detection. As we know, oil recovery is an important task that needs to be performed and effectively in order to be successful. So by using this thermal camera, it will help the oil recovery team to do their job and effectively. Move to the next benefit of thermal camera, which is this thermal camera can support unified wide security plan, meaning that this thermal camera can make our city more safer with the providing law enforcement with the formation, which is they can investigate and also can detect the offenders. Even though at midnight, this thermal camera still can capture a good picture without any light, so it can be easily to the authorities to detect the offenders who made the mistake. Okay, next, the thermal camera also can provide a clear or evidence from the different regional company that can be used to locate and arrest the offender. It will facilitate the authorities to track down who anyone commit an offense. In addition, video that captured by thermal camera being committed can be used as evidence to against the public convicted. Okay, last but not least, this thermal camera will provide end users with a multitude of benefits, from a better analytic to improve the coverage. So, in conclusion, there are many benefits of thermal camera that will help to sustain the recovery process even after MCO. So having the thermal camera to protect the environment to sustain this recovery as during MCO was seen as a drastic and the best way to take on. So we hope that this initiative can help to maintain this recovery process like during MCO. So that's all from me. That's all from my part. Thank you.
Okay, for the last part of this presentation, I will conclude overall about our group project. So as you guys know before, our aim for this group project is to suggest a brand new artificial intelligence AI thermal camera which can be placed anywhere, even in dark place or in difficult areas where it is usually not possible to detect activity or incident. Next, we already know that our country has surveillance camera, but this camera used against human labor to identify when they make a mistake. So we create a new system or artificial intelligence AI thermal camera to identify the individual who doing environmental pollution. After that, with this camera, people will be afraid to throw rubbish everywhere because they know there are cameras watching them. At the same time, it can help our government to reduce water pollution, which is becoming more prevalent in our country. So, we hope that our ideal concept of artificial intelligence AI thermal camera will be accepted by our government for the sake of our country welfare. That's all from us. Thank you.